Yeah, it is another Monday. How's your weekend? Did you have a very good weekend? What did you do? Were you relaxing? Were you chilling with your family? Were you working on something? Were you creating something? Because anyway, you are a creator. So what did you do over the last weekend? Today in the office, everyone was still dealing with their hangovers. People were dealing with so many shit. Today, Monday morning in the office, what were you dealing with? Oh, were you so enthusiastic to go back to work and feel like, yes, I need to get things done today? Welcome to the Monday Talk. With me here as your host, Chris Basedeke. And I don't know what you guys are up to, but I was just thinking maybe the way forward now is learning a skill. And I've always said this every day, in almost every video, I remind you to go and try learn a skill. If you want to be a plumber, go for it. If you want to be a political commentator, find a way for you to make yourself just craft your way, and with the availability of the internet, or you're willing to create any career path that you want. If you want to be a marketer, you want to start just marketing men's product. You're like, okay, fine, I can sell just 100 of these mouse and convince everyone that this is the best mouse in the market. Bro, you can start that, and you just find yourself crafting your own path in the ways that you're like, yes, I'm interested in this, and you go there. Sometimes we don't do this because we think, okay, fine, there's a bigger price for me to pay. There's sometimes the price that you have to pay is a sleepless night, the endless number of hours that you keep on counting every now and again for you to pay for something, for you to do this and all these things. Yeah, so maybe now you want to become a podcaster, and you're like, okay, fine, I have a phone, I have a small mic, just like this one that I have here. What else do I have? I have lights, I have this, but how do I do that? I want to become a bigger one. So now you start, bro. The shame is only when you begin something. When you're starting something, that's where the shame is. Because sometimes you'll post a video, no one is going to watch it. Sometimes you'll start a business for 3 days, no one is buying nothing. So do you give up? Or do you say now, I will craft my craft, I will make my craft in a way that I'll just keep on focusing on this one thing and build it consistently. But every bigger YouTube channel that you know of, every big thing that you know of, every big company that you know of, but it started in moments of solitude where you were just alone. I think that's a very, very, very interesting thing to begin from. Yeah, just start it there where you are. And with time, you'll be surprised by how much this thing gets to grow to become something bigger than you can ever imagine. So yeah, don't be the person that comes and start despising the humble beginning of where you are starting. No, 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 bro. Just start it and never ever stop, bro. Personally, now let me give you my example. When I started this YouTube channel, bro, I started and it grew. Had a very good viewership. Then I went for 6 months without working on it. I was just saying, yes, I'm a YouTuber. And people say, can I see your YouTube channel? They say, yes, he has 5,000 subscribers. But because I took this gap and I said, I'll stop. I mean, I just became lazy and I stopped following that purpose. But all these people, three quarter, almost, yeah, I was at 5.5. They all went down. So even you, if you start a business today, bro, even if you get one customer, do you know the joy that someone has when, especially me now, let me speak on my own behalf. When I sleep and I wake up, oh shit, I got one more subscriber. Bro, just one at a time. If it's a business, you get one customer and you make sure you give them the best customer service. Bro, they'll go and tell their fellows in the village, there's a very good business. That's the same thing with restaurants. That's the same thing with any business. Even if you're selling men boxers, bro, someone will come and buy them. And you just give them your level best. Oh, bro, you'll be surprised by how far this business can grow into something that has something big. That's the importance of you being a man. It's a Monday conversation. The day that we think about how can we create certain things, or how do we handle the relationships that we are in with our girlfriends, with the people that we love, with the people that we care for. Bro, that's the thing that I mean, it's just a focus that every other man should be having out there. Like now I'm thinking on how to create my own t-shirt. I said this last Monday and I'll still remind you until about the day they come here, all of you will be the customers number one. You order 2 t-shirts, then I give you 1 for free. January 2025. Imagine you buy 2 of them, I give you another 1 for free. Purely just business. Bro, even if one of you buys, I'll be like, yes, I promise to buy 2, I give you 1 for free. Because anyway, as men, we're supposed to be creators. That's why probably they say that's probably the reason why God gave us this free will, to this ability to create. Yeah, you get a man, be with a woman. Yeah, you give her life, and then she brings you a child. You have a house, then you give it to a woman. You create a house, then you give it to a woman. Boom, she's given you back a home. Come with vegetables, you give them to her, and then she creates. Boom, you have a meal on the table. You see, you go and create, then yeah, give it there, and then something else comes out of it. Like now with this YouTube channel, at some point we'll have to bring in guests. Now they come, yes, come, let's talk about this, let's talk about this, let's talk about this. And bro, yesterday I was having a conversation with one of my aunties, and we sat down for almost 20 minutes, and she was just telling me something. She was like, Chris, I want you to respect women. I was like, yeah, I do respect women. And she was like, if you do, then continue respecting women. I was like, but auntie, why are you saying this? She's like, because most of you men, you think that just because a woman has forgiven you for your wrongdoings, you think that now that's the permission for you to keep on doing the nonsense that you are doing. And I was like, I like the way this conversation is continuing. Is there a way she's going to explain this a little bit more and more for me to understand? Then I was like, auntie, why are you saying this? And she goes, you see, my own father. Now she was talking about her own father, and she's one of those Arab, gorgeous-looking aunties. And then she was like, my father had a routine. Every day he will come home at this specific time, and then when he comes, he will eat, have a shower, sleep, and then go back to the office at 3 o'clock, and then he comes back later on in the evening. That was his routine. He never missed a single bit of that routine. And I was like, okay, so how does that define the respect that you have for that he had for his wife? Is like, Chris, there is something in there. Most of you men, when you get a side chick, I'm not saying that I'll stop you from having a side chick. I cannot stop you from having a side chick. But all I'm saying is this. If your routine is for you to get home, let's say at 8:45 p.m., stick to that routine. If she makes you lunch, always make sure you go and eat that lunch, then come back home and stick to that routine, because anyway, that's how they know. But most of you men, when you get a side chick, when you're having something out there, what do? You try to start changing that routine. Sometimes she makes you lunch, you don't want to eat it. Sometimes she does this, you don't want to do this. And then, but that's when women now start realizing this. And she asked me, Chris, how old are you? I was like, yeah, soon I'll be 28. And then I was like, okay. She looked at me and she's like, yeah, you're probably 14 years younger than me. Had I given birth to a child at the age of 14, probably I'll have a son like you. And someone I very much respect. And then she goes, Chris, look, if I sit somewhere down with my man, and this man, it could be even the side chick calling. And then the man looks at it like this and he says, oh, I'll call this one later. Or even the message pops on the phone and she looks at it and she's like, yeah, I saw it, but because this man is here with me, that's what I will value. And I was like, auntie, do you have a younger sister somewhere? Of course, jokingly. Do you have a younger sister somewhere? And she was like, no, Chris, all my sisters are married. I was like, now you should open up your own podcast and start teaching this generation, my generation of girls, those ones whom the society expects me to marry from. Auntie, you should open up a podcast and start teaching them how these things are. Because I have been left just for a message being seen. It was some message, I love you back. Oh, and she went crazy. And then my ass was dumped. But Auntie was telling me, no, Chris, that should not be the reason. It should not be a reason because anyway, you could go anywhere where you want. And that's why I am bringing you back to the whole narrative of sticking to a routine. Oh, this routine is so important. You guys can't even imagine. So she was like, Chris, if she left you because of cheating, some women also, they will forgive you. And the day you stop cheating is the day that they leave your ass and they keep you in the cold. Bro, I've never been confused like this. I was already standing up just to walk away from that conversation. And then she gives me the whole of this explanation, and I'm like, Auntie, this is so interesting in the way that you are saying it. And I was like, Chris, I cannot come here and start becoming the person that will want to change you into a person that I want you to become. No, I should be able to accept you as the person that you are and then live with that. Bro, that gave me chills because I was like, so I asked her, so what do you think of men cheating? She's like, I can't stop them from being polygamous because, bro, I was so surprised hearing this from a woman. Maybe it's because she's a Muslim and with the, she was raised in these Islamic countries. Maybe it's because, yeah, for them they know that that's the case. But I'm like, no, you're married to just one man, and you say you don't have a problem with this man having an affair somewhere out there. She's like, Chris, so long as it's not being done in my sight and he starts disrespecting me, he starts taking me for a fool, I don't really care. Bro, yesterday this is a conversation that happened yesterday, and I've never been confused that much, bro. So you mean what the society feeds us and the reality on the ground are two different things? Ah, but then, do you know why? I understand. Sometimes even it's the women that will shame the men about some of these things. They will shame me. They'll be like, no, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't say this, you can't be with another girl, you can't be talking to another girl. And I'm like, bro, I even tried this experiment myself. I was just talking to one of my other girlfriends on the phone because yesterday was a very interesting day. I get to answer to return all the phone calls that I've received and everything. And I was talking to this girl and just jokingly I was saying, okay, so now here's the plan with you. Me, I can't marry you. However, if you find someone that will want to marry you, and I was just trying to be a researcher. Of course, at the end of the conversation, I said, listen, I was just joking so that she doesn't go and invest herself into lies that don't exist. And I said to her, listen, here's the plan. I know myself, I am a player. And me being a player that I am, please don't put too much hopes in being with me. It's not going to work well for you. However, here's the plan that I'm giving you. And this might sound very bad, but just come with me in my evil way of thinking. She was like, Chris, let's go in your evil way of thinking. I like that. So I said to her, listen, how's your relationship status? She's not necessarily my girlfriend, just a friend. I said, so how's your relationship status at the moment? She's like, Chris, I'm in a relationship and I'm contemplating on giving this guy a chance. I was like, oh, very nice. Who's the lucky guy? And she goes, Chris, you know what? This guy has been really giving me signs that he likes me, all blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's very nice. Why haven't you given him a chance? She's like, Chris, bro, this was a confession from one of my girlfriends. And she was like, Chris, he's my first choice. And I was like, who's the second one? Sheepishly, she was just blushing and she was like, it's you. I laughed it off. But I was experimenting something, remember? I said this to her. I was like, listen, give that guy a chance. Let him marry you. Then you'll be my girlfriend. Get married, be married, and be my girlfriend. Do you know what, brothers? Oh, she was very happy with me just putting this evil idea in her head. She was like, "That sounds like a very good deal. It sounds like something that I would want to do." And I was like, "God damn it!" So you mean this is the reality? But in reality, most of these girls out here, most of them are not getting married to men just because they want this man. No, some of them are just getting married so that I mean, they get the status. Yes, I'm a married woman. Is it for love or is it not for love? And now, stick on to that idea. There's a story that I was reading somewhere on the lines of the internet. It's a confession from someone from Uganda. Been to Uganda probably once, and this confession that this guy was making is something that did freak the shit out of me. But anyway, it didn't. So shall we share the story so that you guys know now the real deal of what happened to the brother here. It's a Monday conversation. On Monday we talk about anything. And anyway, I'm not even rushing with this conversation. So the brother says, hide my ID, my heartbreak ordeal. I'm 27, working in Qatar, and I had this girl I was dating in Mutungo around 2019, but unfortunately, COVID kicked in the following year, so we moved in Kebando. And with the distance, made us break the relationship. Fast forward, I moved to Qatar for work in December 2021, and this babe also did come in 2022. She knew I had left Uganda. When she arrived here, we resumed communication because I still had feelings for her, though she had another guy in the background. As you know, female always leave their options open. Guys, listen, I've always told you here. You see, this guy, what is his first mistake? Mistake number one, uh, it became a long distance relationship. Then they broke up. And then the girl had another guy in the mix. But because this idiot was still following his feelings, he was like, okay, let me go give it a chance. Because, bro, the moment you've had a girlfriend, and this girlfriend of yours has uh, had another guy after you, bro, it's a no, you can never go back to it. It doesn't matter who left who, it doesn't matter how the relationship ended. Don't ever go back to an ex. That one, bro, for me, I've learned it the hard way. I made that mistake. Bro, I was dumped not once, but twice. So the brother has already made his first fatal mistake. He's an idiot. He didn't have many options, so he decided to go back to the ex. Mistake number one. He continues. So one time she called crying, telling me how stressed, heartbroken, and etc. And I always like, okay, I can rescue and be there for you emotionally. This babe is kind of grown, nice body, 25, with no kid, and with some reasonable intellect. Generally, she's a 7 or a 8. Mane, along the way, she made me get an accident. My heart fell in her eye bladala. I don't know what that means. With my body, with my body part, brains kioka nga, and I was in UG. I couldn't fall in love using my brain. This time around, I was wholly kidnapped. Okay, the girl is beautiful, good looking, attractive, nice body, no kids. Of course, yes, no kids. And the guy stopped using his brain for a second, and he decided now to go what? To go and pursue this relationship. So the guy went in wholly and followed it. Okay, let's continue with this story because it's a very interesting story. We did a lot of shit despite our distance between us. So we did a lot of shit despite our distance between us, and I could sometimes risk and pay her visit since we used to stay in the same area code. So, first of all, they're doing a lot of shit between distance. What the fuck does that mean? So it simply means either sending each other nudes and all kind of nonsense that people do on the internet, virtual sex, because these are things that are happening in the society today as I speak to you, brothers. So they did a lot of shit. And he continues, since I was now wholly immersed in love rituals. By the way, some of these things are love rituals. When you start pornography, masturbation, then you add it on the phone, bro, this shit is crazy. So that was a love ritual. Bro, this will take you to the depth of your distraction if you ever decide to follow that route. It's very fucking dangerous and it's scary because, bro, some of these rituals that you guys are getting yourself involved in, bro, they're very spiritual. So brother was already involved into some spiritual shit just because he's in love. Let's continue. I was wholly immersed in this ritual. I started the Mr. Nice things, which involuntarily involve simping. Golden ring, 8 gold, 22K. I mean, he gave her a ring of 22 carats, a birthday gift, dollars, etc. You see, he started doing what? The Kenodia in him was activated. So he started simping. He started doing shit that are not reasonable. Do you see how the brother is taking himself into the path of destruction without even realizing how much damage this thing is going to cost on him? But anyway, he's already involved in some rituals. As you, a thief has 40 days, real colors to start emerge with ghosting. Excuses, statuses were totally opposite of what we really were. She could post her ex guy and other male besties and she'll give silly excuses and play it cool. As you know, admin, I have some IT skills and so I had her email address and all her contacts. Look at this, bro. The moment the ex of any girl that you are with is still in the picture. She's posting things just all over social media, giving unsolicited shit. Bro, that's a massive red flag. You should be running away from that relationship because, bro, things could go sour here anytime. And then she'll give excuses. What did I tell you about when a woman ghosts on you? Bro, if she ghosts on you, bro, disappear and don't ever look for her. Let her parents do the job for looking out for her. But you, that should never be your responsibility, bro. So, rituals, gifts, simping, all the things that I tell you here not to do. This is the story that the brother is doing here. And now he's doing all these things, and deep down within him, he knows because anyway, he's called it simping. He continues. I hacked into our social WhatsApp, but what I found didn't surprise me because I suspected unusual situation. This babe, Sebo, that's a term in Uganda, told one of her female friends she can't post me and she has never felt like posting my pictures on her status. She added that she doesn't even have any of my pictures. Now the brother has gone and hacked into the system, into the phones of this girl. Anyway, I think relationships are based on transparency and being clear with everything. But here now, what's happening? The lady came up and was now revealing all these things to her friend. Bro, that's why for me, I don't hide my phone when I'm in a serious relationship. I leave my phone there. And if you find yourself you're with a girlfriend whom you can't access her phone because it's private, don't even demand for it. Because anyway, these women are very nice. For me, when I hang out with my girlfriend, I leave my phone there. She wants to go check. Let her go check, and she will cry with the things that she's looking for. So just let it happen. But now probably this was a very, they were calling each other partners oh, she's my partner, I am the partner, and all that kind of nonsense. And now here she is. Now the brother is here saying whatever he found. He wasn't even surprised because he definitely knew that something was wrong. So he found the conversation that the girl was having with her friend. Bro, this girl has never had any feelings for you. Doesn't even have any of your pictures. Well, remember earlier on, 22K carat of gold, birthday gifts, money being exchanged here. So you and your idiocy and your hallucination, you think you can come and buy love? Are you crazy? You must be crazy. It continues. That's when I got heartbroken. It was helpful. That's when I got heartbroken, and it was helpful because I found proof. Honestly, heartbreak. My brain had convinced my heart to accept the loss, and it was the only way. I mean, the hard way. Bro, your brain has convinced your heart, yes, you're deeply in love. And what is this nonsense of you old men going out there and looking for love? Bro, I'll never look for love. I'll rather attract love. But looking for love, you see the brother that was attracting the love, and the women say, oh yeah, we like a nice guy, we like a guy that does the things that he's supposed to be doing. But look at the result. He's just one among the hundreds of men who have tried this route, and it has failed completely. You abandoned your mission, you involved yourself in rituals, you gave gifts, you spent your money, you did all these things just to try and win love. I've told you, and I'll repeat this here again. Love can never be bought. Love can never be purchased. You attract love as a man. And how do you do that? Bro, I'm still working on this. Even me, some of them, I'm still working on them. By getting yourself physically fit, create uh, something that you want to work on. If it's a project, if it's anything, bro, men, we are meant to build. So build something. If it's a podcast, if it's even if it's you printing t-shirts, even if it's you cleaning garbages and getting money out of it, bro, that is highly respected. That's why a lady left a governor as a husband and she went for a man who was his purpose and the man who's following his purpose. That's very important. The provision of direction and you knowing the things that you're supposed to be going for. Very important. Now, the brother here is he was heartbroken and he learned it the hard way. I accept and concentrated my KO, I don't know what that is, to now chase my dream. And I'm glad in 1 year, I have bought 2 plots of land in Mokono, that's somewhere in Uganda. My mother called showing me my cow gave birth to twins in December, and I'm buying another big plot worth 12 million Ugandan shillings. Did you see how that heartbreak changed this man? Completely. Now, he got some sense of, he kind of like woke up from his slumber and sleep. Within 1 year of abandoning the relationship, now he's bought himself 2 plots of land in Uganda. His cows are really doing great. They gave birth to twins, and he's buying his third plot worth 12 million Ugandan shillings. That could be maybe 7,000 pounds or even 3,000 pounds. Because anyway, the Uganda currency doesn't have any value. But anyway, the brother is really doing good. Now, listen to this other part of the story. Few months later, my friend sent me a video of bro, this Ugandan accent. My friend, few months later, my friend sent me a video akawala nga kakolola live ku TikTok. So it means I think probably a friend of the girl on TikTok. I don't know, probably her live on TikTok. Another video with a biker. I don't know. I don't know what he means there, but probably now he saw a friend saw her on TikTok and whatever, and he must have sent the video to now the brother here. And he was very sad, and the brother just laughed it off. And now he was saying, look at what this girl has done for herself. She calls, but I can't find and I will never get back to her, Wade sometimes still the heart has the 1% love for her from there for her. Cutting concerns mtu si mutima. I don't know what that means. Anyway, that's Ugandan. I don't speak Ugandan. And the idiot is still saying that the heart has a little bit of feelings towards this girl. Yes, he clearly loved the girl. I accept it. He loved this girl very much. But then he's telling us some of the lessons that he's learned from this situation that he was in. Because it's a very crazy situation that the brother was in. Our brother was almost dying here for sacrificing, for being the Mr. Nice guy, for being, bro, in January, if there's anything that we need to do, all of us here, go back again and read the book by Glove or something. The book is called No More Mr. Nice Guy. Find that book and just read it. Because our brother here was a Mr. Nice Guy. He bought the diamonds, he bought the rings, probably provided, gave money. But you see, the girl never even had feelings for her. So this should serve as a lesson to you all who are listening to me. Before we get the lessons that the brother had, I'll give you the lessons that you all should be picking up and learning from me or from this brother's conversation. Bro, your purpose should always be the number one priority. It doesn't matter who is coming in the way. It doesn't matter anything. Your purpose should always have priority number one. Number two, don't change your mission for the sake of your girlfriend, for the sake of your woman, for the sake of anyone. Bro, your mission must remain constant along the road. Bro, because without that purpose, you make a woman become your purpose, then she will make you become the valueless man that you are. And that's why a woman will be very attracted to a man that goes out, he works out, he's always out of the house, or even if he's in the house, he's just on his craft working and designing something. Take a life of a designer or a graphic designer that is always on his desk working on something and crafting something left, right, and center. And then he marries a woman. He abandons stopping going to the gym. He abandons working out. He abandons hanging out around with his brothers and men, because anyway, that is needed for us men. Brothers must always be together and they handle one thing or another. He stops chasing his purpose. If he was someone that was into construction and building things now because he's won the woman, and then the woman is like, yeah, I found you attractive when you're busy for me, when you're giving me 5 minutes out of your day, and I'm very nice with it. But now, you idiot, you think that you'll give me 100% of your time and I still find you attractive? The attractiveness died a long time ago. So, brothers, I don't want you to ever abandon your mission or your craft just because you're in a relationship. Imagine now one of these guys that becomes a pastor in the church and he's always there preaching, and then he finds himself a very nice girl, not the retired bed-to-bed midfielders, no, but he finds himself a very nice girl, and then they build up something, a relationship. Now the guy abandons the church, he becomes an alcoholic. Do you think this woman is still going to stick to this guy, or she's going to find another person that is better? That's why hypergamy is the real thing. If she found you physically fit and then you become fat with her, then she has conquered you. Bro, she has conquered you completely. You've been nutted. So it's entirely up to you now to know, no, my struggles, I'll have to fight with them whether a woman comes in your life or she doesn't. Number two, you thinking that because you're giving gifts left, right, and center that the woman is now going to be loyal to your gifts. It means absolutely zero to the women in your circle, bro. The best gift that you can give her is you pursuing your purpose and keep on working on the craft that you've always said you'll work on. That's something that's going to stand out. And when I tell you these things, you guys think, oh yeah, Chris is just chatting shit. You remember now the story I gave you at the beginning? The conversation I was having with the auntie yesterday. Now let's go back to it. What did she say about her man or the man that she has in her life. Routine, a routine for you to do something. Bro, her father stuck to a routine. Even if he had another girlfriend, probably during the 3 hours that he has to go back to work at 3 o'clock until later on in the afternoon. Probably. Uh, that's the that's the routine she was talking about. If today a girl comes in my life and I'll be like, oh guys, I can't make a podcast today because I want to go and chill with my girlfriend. Maybe she saw me or she's seen my podcast. And I know I do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then I stop doing that sometimes. Or now I start doing it when I feel like doing it. That is me on my deathbed or on the deathbed of the craft that I had prepared to do. It has always to be me working towards something. It doesn't matter what's happening. Me working towards something. That has to be the way. I abandon that. That will be the beginning of my own peril. So now you remember the story where it started and where we are now? Very nice. Let's go on the things that the brother has learned, because anyway it was quite a very long confession that the brother made here. Bro, coffee is another amazing thing. I love coffee. I had like how many cups now? Yeah, this is the second one since morning, and probably I'll still have another one. Yeah. Now let's listen to the lessons that the brother has learned. Though I think there's still a little bit of things that he can improve on here and there. But anyway, let's go through the lessons. Number one, he said, female first distract before they settle. That's so much true, bro. And that's why you find uh, some of your sisters, some of your cousins, some of your aunties, all of them, put them in the same group. Bro, some of them, they decided, first of all, they will take the way of the streets. They go to the streets, left, right, and center, smashing one guy after another, after another. After they are fully, bro, at the moment you hear a girl telling you that, yes, I'm ready to settle now. Do you know what settles? The dust and the sand in the ocean. So next time you hear a woman says, no, I'm ready to settle now, bro, she's been through all along these things. Oh, now I'm ready to become a mother. I've experienced life. Bro, the experience of a woman, to me personally, it means nothing. I don't want you to be experienced with anything. Because through this experience, and I've always said this, take an example of a girl that is, let's say, today 33, or let's say 35 as a standard. This girl is 35. Even if she doesn't have a child, that's okay. What age did she start dating? Probably she started at 2021, which is fairly reasonable. After campus, in England, university takes about 3 years. After campus, 3 years. During those 3 years of campus, probably she has one or maybe two boyfriends, or even if she didn't, that's fine. She finishes campus. She gets her first boyfriend. Yeah, they enjoy, but the committee in her head tells her you can do something better. Now she goes and she finds herself another guy that she thinks, yes, this one is better than the other one. Dumps the guy. Probably they date for like 3 or 4 years. After that, now she wants to go to parties, she wants to go clubbing, she wants to go this. I don't want to count the number of one night stands. I don't want to count the number of boyfriends and breakups. I don't want to count the number of the playboys and everything. But by the time she's 35, now she's saying, I'm ready to settle. How many boyfriends will she have had? And of course, we know this. Most of the boyfriends, yes, probably they will smash. So, gentlemen, with settling, don't be a retirement plan. No. Marry a girl, And then make sure she respects her father. Of course, yes, that's very important. She has to be in very good relationship with her dad and her mother, of course. She must respect men. When you hear a woman saying, "Oh, all men are rubbish," bro, that's a big red flag. Leave that retired bed-to-bed midfielder alone. Okay, what else did he learn? Female are enemies of themselves. Yes, they are enemies of themselves. I don't want to explain too much on that because if one is in a relationship and there is another one who's not in a relationship, the one who's not in a relationship is likely to influence the other one. No, leave that boyfriend of yours. He's not helping you. He cheated on you. Leave her alone. Come, let's live our best life. They destroy each other. Number three, uh, female shall never and will never love men. Yep, they love your purpose. If you hear a whole man saying, yes, I'm looking for love, that man has mental problems. I don't want to say too much on that. Females are loyal to their feelings, not your sacrifices. Of course, I told you this. But if you can ignite a certain feeling in a woman, you can have her for life. Because they're very loyal to their feelings, bro. Their feelings will tell them, cover your hair today and just use one eye. And she'll go to the office the whole day just shaking her head like this. And the hair will still come back in place. Tomorrow she'll cover even this one and this other one will be seeing. Just as she feels. What the other lesson? Men are not supposed to fall in love because men don't logically perform. You guys, you're not supposed to be falling in love. No, falling in love, leave it for women and children. Because anyway, your logic sometimes stops working. That's why you can't advise a man that is in love. Oh, bro, they're listening to, he's the one saying it, not me saying it this time. Men should always prioritize their purpose, work, because women can leave anytime basing on her emotions. Don't you guys already know that? You should always prioritize your purpose. Bro, I've come to learn one thing, and I think this has been the biggest lesson that I've learned in 2024. But anything that I have can be taken away from me. How comfortable I am to stay with very little, including my girlfriend. Tomorrow she can meet someone who's way better than myself, and she will leave. So, and the more you become open to such possibilities, the more you're like, okay, this is something very nice to deal with. Other than that, brothers, okay, let's finish up this conversation. A woman past is more crucial, just like a man's future does. Bro, the past of a woman says everything about her. And you, as a man listening to me today, your future means everything to you. So, craft your, read and learn her past properly. And then she looks at you, where you are today, and the trajectory that you are taking. Okay, what else? Women with the high body counts are toxic. I told you, at 35, bro, for me now, I start seeing my girlfriend. None of my girlfriends is above the age of 27. None of them. And even as I grow, I will not pass the age of 27. That's why I'll probably have one that will stay with me forever. By the time I'm 29 or 28, she'll have one that stays with me. This one is mine. If I wait, I'm 40 and get a 35, bro, that's a damaged good. It's an expired product. And what are you going to do with an expired product? It's not sustainable. It's not going to be something that is valuable. The value is already gone. The value finished at the age of 24, 25. So, gentlemen, just look at it. Learn something from this story. These are real, actual life stories. I didn't create them. Finally, he says, always make sure your female is having a healthy relationship with the dad. I've told you this several times. If a woman does not have a good relationship with her father, bro, leave that relationship. Bro, the father could be the craziest dickhead, but she should have a very good relationship with him. Of course, if the father is not abusive, and 99%, very, the majority of fathers are not abusive to their daughters. Oh, bro, they protect their daughters more than anything. Or the sons can fight their way out there in the world. And then she comes and she tells you, "Oh, my father ain't shit." Bro, leave that relationship. Because if she says something like that about her father, then she's likely to say something exactly like that about you. And why would you want that for yourself? It's not sustainable, it's not good, and it's not logical. Not at all. Then what the brother also says, always make sure you're female. Oh, I've already read that. Healthy, young, feminine, submissive females still do exist. Leave alone these delusional girls on social media. Girls should be responsible for their actions rather than crying to the public. DNA is a must. Oh yeah, in as much as I tell you all these things about red flags with women, bro, out here there's still very good feminine women. And also, I'll dare even add on his lessons. A woman who doesn't want a child is a big red flag. Leave her alone. Or the ones that hate children, bro. The ones that hate children are the ones who are capable of going to do abortions. They are capable of being on contraceptives so that you never get a child with her. So learn something from these conversations, bro. For me, I'm very lucky because I read quite a lot. Some of this, I'll not land myself in some of these experiences because, yes, I read a lot. I'm a young person, haven't experienced all these things, but as they say, a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. I don't have to go and commit these mistakes for me now to be able to deal with them. Gentlemen, it's been nice having this conversation with you here on the Monday Talks. And I will see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. UK time. Other than that,